Alrighty, guys. I'm sorry I'm so late. I've been messing around with this little beat maker that I have now. I just actually found it right after TNA, and I got you guys a little beat for maybe just potentially for the show. So we're gonna try it out, and if you guys like it, leave a comment, or if you don't like it, leave a comment. You think I should try to do something different with it? Let me know. I was just messing around with it just a little bit. That's really what was going down. So I was just kind of messing around a little bit with it, trying to see if I get something that's decent. You know what I mean? So I was just kind of messing around with it a little bit. Um, so my hope is maybe it sounds pretty decent and you guys will like it. So I'm gonna let it play, and you guys just if you got anything about TNA, let me know, and we'll be right back with the review here in a second. Think I'm busy, keeping that busy. Steady on the busy, hustling real hard. Double back for the cash, make the haters real mad. Hate because they ain't know how to get bread. So I close my eyes, worth to stay on. It's a must. I go from dusk till dawn. 24/7, 365. Waited too long, now it's my shine. I'm stunning when I'm running in the limelight. You steady running your mouth as I rhyme tight. So I close my eyes, worth to stay on. It's a must. I go from dusk till dawn. My rags and riches, never go back. That's why I have to stay fresh on tracks. My rags and riches, never go back. That's why I have to stay fresh on tracks. I'm on the hustle, I'm on the grind. Everything I say, I make it mine. I'm on the hustle, I'm on the grind. Everything I say, I make it mine. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. So I hope you guys like that. It was just a little different, just something a little different. I just started messing with it. Yeah, there actually was supposed to be a chorus at the end, but I didn't really like the choruses going down, so I just kind of just added something else in that they had already in there for the track and stuff, just to kind of end it out. I'm hoping maybe I can make it like a little like fade out or something. That would be probably work a little bit better. Maybe if I could do that, but I have to mess around with it a little bit. I was just doing something different for the people who watch the show and everything like that. But guys, we got TNA Impact 10/22, 2014. If you hear something breathing, it's probably my refrigerator. My refrigerator sounds like it's breathing half the time, so it just be like thought Darth Vader was over there or something. No, but my refrigerator just breathes like sometimes. So I guess I haven't really had it on before, so you may not hear it at all. You may just hear nothing, um, probably. So I just been, it's just been kind of breathing over there. So at least we know it's alive and all. But we got TNA Impact 10/22, 2014, and we got the tag team title, well, the number one contenders tournament this week. If you guys watched last week, or if you didn't watch last week, I'm gonna fill you in on how we got to this tag team tournament. Basically, Wolves had a little video package. They actually showed it again in this show. The Wolves had a video package, and it basically was talking about how the Wolves they defied the odds. They pulled a John Cena. They just came out of nowhere. Just straight up just came out of the. They was the. They was on the bottom. They got to the top. Started from the bottom. Now they here and all that. But basically they was just letting us know. We the Wolves. We beat the Dudleys and we beat the Hardys, and that's what happened. So we the tag champions. We'll take on anybody who comes through. Um, Last week I did say something about James Storm and Abyss, and if you actually heard, they kind of snuck that in a little bit. I don't know if they meant to, but I think during one of the backstage segments they actually snuck that in, and I'll talk about that when we get to that. They actually kind of snuck it in just a little bit. But first off, during the show, we started out with a video package on Bobby Roode. in his journey to the number one contender spot. I'm pretty sure it went from him losing the last title match to him getting back into the number one contender spot and fighting so hard to get back at it. Basically, we knew that there was going to be a contract signing for Rude versus Lashley later on in the night. And by the way, Ryan is not here this week. What happened with Ryan is he was on fall break last week, so this week, or this Wednesday at least, he was trying to get back to school. So that's pretty much where he is. Hopefully, I can get him back on soon. I don't know how much he's gonna be on here, like I said before, but you know, I, he has fun with it. So maybe we can get him on even more. It'd be great. But then we had right after the video package, the Rude video package, we had a replay of the Wolves video package that I was just talking about. It was basically the same video package. I think it was actually condensed a little more. I'm pretty sure it was. It was a little bit more condensed. Next, we had a Matt Hardy promo, which wasn't really that long of a promo. It was just kind of like, who am I gonna choose as my partner? Who do you think I'm gonna choose as my partner? Jeff Hardy, maybe. I don't know. Be my guess. Let me raise my hand real quick. Willow? Is it gonna be Willow? No, it ended up being Jeff Hardy, and they ended up going up against DJZ and Jesse Goddard. DJZ chose Jesse Goddard. I do find it interesting that there is no Robbie E. Right? Before, the whole excuse for Robbie E not being there was he was afraid of clowns. He was trying to get over his fear of clowns. Well, this time they got a little bit more of a legitimate excuse, because if you think about it, he's on the Amazing Race. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they do that. I don't know if they kind of just tape those and then they put them out there, or if it's more of a live type of thing. I'm not sure about that. Or if it's like a weekly thing, like where they tape it in advance, but they put it out during that same week when they tape it. I'm not sure how they do the Amazing Race. But Robbie E is on the Amazing Race. I still haven't been able to watch it yet. I haven't recorded and haven't even touched it. Darn it. What am I doing? I haven't recorded, and I wanted to see. I never really watched the Amazing Race before, so I wanted to see, what it was like. Plus, my boy Robbie E was on there. Bromance. Robbie E was on there, so gotta check it out. But we had the Bromance versus the Hardys, and this was the DJZ and Jesse Goddard's version of the Bromance, and this was the Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy version of the Hardys. What other version is there, right? So, the first thing I thought here, Broman's about to win this, right? Obviously, former tag team champions and all. Obviously, Broman's got to come through and, win, right? No, that didn't happen. Unfortunately, kinda, a little bit. No, you guys, you ain't feeling it. Anyway, they did not win, but we did see a nice little wheelbarrow slam from the Hardys. DJZ don't want anybody touching the hair, because it's all purple and stuff. He looking like Wiz Khalifa right now. Actually, Wiz Khalifa probably copied him a little bit, because I think DJZ had the purple hair before, but he had pink hair before that. He probably should go back to the pink hair, since we're talking breast cancer awareness month and all that. It would make a lot of sense. But now I'm just getting on tenant about the dude's hair. What's going on right now? Just even a real video? But anyway, we got the twist of fate into the Swanton for the win. Typical Hardy stuff here. We also got poetry in motion in this match. I guess you could probably guess that kind of happened. Yes, it did. It did happen. So the Hardys advance into the next round of the tag team title series. Next, we got Bram Devon. We got Bram and Devon. Bram's just basically talking junk, talking spit, whatever. You know what I mean? It's basically letting Devon know, like, I'm the king of hardcore, bro. Like, what you think? What you think's going on? Bram lets him know, Bram's thing is practically driving something into the flesh. I think he actually said that. So he wants to drive things in the flesh. Okay, so just look out. Just look out for Bram, because he looking to drive stuff into the flesh. So just wow. I thought he was about, you got to watch out for Bram, okay? King of hardcore and all. And he's basically the man around here when it comes to the hardcore thing, practically. Even though he kind of had to get Magnus to help him out in the match today. But we ain't going to talk about that yet, though. We're going to wait. We're gonna wait on that. Bram, you can be the king of hardcore and all, but you gotta get your bud, your mate, to, he'll be. Anyway, Bram, Bram is the king of hardcore at this point. He done beat Abyss like 8,000 times and all this stuff. So, I mean, we just gotta, anoint that man the king, right? Just practically put that man on a pedestal at this point. Okay, we can do it for now. So I was wondering what was going on here. Really was. I thought it was going to be a match. Then they kind of started brawling, and I realized there was no ref. And plus, Mike Tenay and Naz, Mike Tenay and Taz basically, they let us know there's no referee, there's no bell ringing or nothing. Like this just straight up brawl. So I was like, oh, okay, I got you. One thing I loved about this was it was kind of like unexpected a little bit, kind of. Well, and it kind of make logic. It made logical sense, right? Bram out there talking junk, you gonna go get him, right? It makes a lot of sense, like in real life. If you heard somebody talking junk, you can go approach him about it, whether it end up in a fight or not. You gonna go ahead and you gonna let him know, like, you ain't gonna talk junk about me, bro. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. So it made sense, and I love how the commentators pointed out that this match was not on the schedule. This wasn't even something that we scheduled, although it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't, right? They're kind of giving us the thing where this kind of just was brought about by this brawl. We won tables chance immediately as Devon came out and wanted to attack Bram. We just kind of had a brawl here. My question is Devon trying to put over Bram before Devon leaves TNA? From what I'm hearing, and I ain't heard a ton because I stay away from news a ton because I get spoiled a ton. So I try not to spoil myself none. I don't want any spoiling here. So basically, I was wondering was Devon putting over Bram before he left TNA because I'm pretty sure they're going to New Japan. Devon and Bully Ray, obviously. I'm pretty sure they're going to New Japan. They weren't even in the tag team series. I know Matt Hardy is going back to ROH, and he was in the tag team series, so it was kind of weird. I don't know if Devon's going to put over Bram before he leaves or something like that. Security comes in and breaks up this big time brawl that, as we would see later, we wouldn't even be much of a brawl compared to something else later on in the show. But security breaks them up, basically trying to make the fans want a little more, right? That's kind of what security does in a wrestling situation or in a brawl situation. They come through, they break it up. You kind of like, well, we want more of this. It's kind of like if there was a fight in school, right? I kind of making this comparison a ton with these brawls, but like if you see if you somebody watching a fight in school and teachers come break it up, do you really want the teachers to come break it up? Like just as a high school kid looking at this fight, you know what I mean? A lot of the kids don't really want the teachers to come in and break it up. They just kind of want to keep going till it gets rough, whatnot. But basically, this sets up a hardcore match between Devon and Bram. Yeah. So basically, we get a little bit of some Brittany Bram backstage, and Brittany basically tells Bram, do what they talked about earlier. They talked about something. We don't know what it is at this point. And Brittany, with those leggings, just trying to say, like, she need to wear those every week. Just go and wear those every week. I mean, that'll just make TNA for me right there. Just Brittany coming out in those. That's fine. Shoot, you can change colors. I don't care. You know what I mean? Go and put your favorite color on. Don't matter to me. I don't care, Brittany. You go and do your thing. I don't think I was the only one, kind of saying, she can wear those whenever. I think I even saw a tweet that said, she should just wear those every week. You know what I mean? Just wash them, just wear them every week. These tapings are in the course of a couple of days, so just wear. It's cool. Just you probably be clean for a while. You don't get in the ring as much as I like to. So Brittany, those leggings, yeah. And then Brittany, she wants Bram to do what they talked about. So we'll see what that is later on. Next, we got Low Key. And he's like, who else will be my partner but a guy I respect and a guy who has the championship that I want more than anything right now? And that's the X Division title, and that's Samoa Joe. So Low Key and Samoa Joe, Low Key and Samoa Joe kind of teaming up here, even though they're somewhat kind of rivals, right? somewhat kind of a little bit, just they're kind of rivals there, and you got them versus Samuel Shaw, and who else would he call out but Brittany, right? Samuel Shaw and Brittany. I mean, wait, my fault. Samuel Shaw and Gunner. You know. I mean, I was like, so Brittany wants to team up with Samuel Shaw, and she wants to win these earlier, But no, I was kind of a little bit wrong here. He chose Gunner, He chose Gunner, which makes a lot of sense. He got the tattoos for Gunner, storyline wise, even though he already had the tattoos, so he got those for Gunner, and it makes a ton of sense. Taz trying to play Shaw here though, trying to tell Shaw he didn't know he had the game. Come on, Taz, Samuel Shaw had the game. Like Samuel Shaw, Samuel Shaw has probably got all the game at this point. He kind of had Christy Hemme just a little bit for a second, and then she kind of said, "Nah," Now he's got Brittany, which he ain't really got Brittany because in real life she, she occupied, in real life. So just letting she occupied in real life, so I mean, she just occupied. I can't really help it at this point. But Samuel Shaw, and he didn't know Shaw had the game and all. So Shaw practically got the game. My question is, when did Shaw even get with Brittany? And storyline wise, obviously, but when did Shaw really get with Brittany? Because remember the last time I think we even checked up on this situation, I'm pretty sure Shaw was like, I got somebody else on my mind. You know what I mean? And we thought it was Gunner for a second there. We kind of just getting like okay, it's interesting, but it wouldn't make sense to me right here for Shunner, as I called them here, to win this match. I'm just combining everybody's name. You come out as a freaking tag team, Low Joe. I mean, you know what I mean? That's Low Key and Samoa Joe right there, Low Joe. I'm just gonna call everybody by a condensed name at this point. No, but Sam, Shaw, and Gunner, it wouldn't make sense for them to win this match, right? Because they've already had the dissension, and Gunner's like, you know what? Let's go out here and win this match, because let's be a team. Let's get we gotta get the cobwebs out and all that. Well, what kind of happens here is a little bit different, right? First off, Joe comes out and he's promoting the merch tonight, and does that kind of tell us this match wouldn't be too terribly long? A little bit, a little bit. Anytime a professional wrestler wears a shirt and it's not normal, it kind of tells you it's not gonna be. They're either hurting in their body, or they're either hurting, or they're promoting that merch for a limited time. Even though this does happen on pay-per-view sometimes, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, Low-Key and Samoa Joe make sense as a tag team. I got one thing to say about this tag title tournament, and I'll say it here in a little bit. But pretty much, Low-Key and Joe, they're making a lot of sense as a tag team. Just the way their styles, they don't clash at all. They're kind of the same type of dude. Samoa Joe is just a bigger version of Low-Key, somewhat. You know what I mean? So it makes a lot of sense just the way they fight, as far as that strong style type of style going at it. Not going at it, but teaming up. You know what I mean? They in the climb lottery and everything. I think I just said climb lottery. But anyway, you got Brittany coming out, and basically she's being a big old distraction with those leggings. Practically, that was practically the whole thing. She was distracting the whole world. I mean, that was some women looking at Brittany like, I'm gonna get me some of them. Practically, she does come out, and Gunner says, "Shut up and get out of here. Don't be distracting my boy Samuel Shaw when he trying to get his life on track, and we trying to win this tag team title. So why don't you get out and leave, Brittany? Gosh, just get out. Go visit your real boyfriend DJ. I mean, just go." Basically, he was letting her know, you need to get out of here, and he wants Shaw to focus at this point. And we get back on to the match. So we got a nice top rope knee lift, is what I called it. That's probably not what it's called. Basically, what happened here, Gunner jumps off the top rope and pulls Low Key's head into his knee. Yeah, he pulls Low Key's head into his knee. You have to watch it to see it to kind of realize what I'm saying here. I don't really know what it's called, and I feel bad because it's kind of a top rope knee lift a little bit. It kind of felt like the whole Triple H thing, not the actual jumping knee lift, but the where he stops on it and this, basically like that. So he hits that, and I thought that was pretty nice. Brittany actually hooks the leg of Gunner as he's trying to go off the ropes. And I'm a little confused at this point. I'm like, what's going on? I'm not that confused because it kind of makes a lot of sense. Samuel Shaw doesn't have, Gunner doesn't really trust Samuel Shaw. So it makes sense for Samuel Shaw to break away. Why are we so mad at Samuel Shaw when he breaks away when Gunner was trying to break away a couple weeks ago? Remember? um, but basically he hooks the leg, and this basically leads to Samoa Joe and Low Key winning this match via distraction. Uh, Basically what happened here at the end of this match, Shaw's trying to, well, not Shaw, but Gunner, Shaw didn't have a problem with it. Shaw was like, word, but Gunner was kind of like, what's going on here, especially referring to Brittany because, Shaw's been built as this guy who Gunner can trust, it ain't always been a rocky road. But he can trust him. So basically, that's kind of what they were going for here. And then Brittany just kind of grabs the leg and kind of, being the Delilah of the situation here. And, kind of being like, Samuel Shaw, you need to come over to the dark side. Come over with me. Because, Brittany did turn heel not too long ago when she was with Madison Rayne. So, and did we really expect Samuel Shaw to try to be normal for any longer than he has to? Not really. He does a really good job of the creepy character. Even when he was normal, he was creepy. So, he does a pretty good job of this. So basically what happened here is Gunner is, trying to figure out what's going on. And he's trying to confront Brittany. Well, Samuel Shaw just, sneaks out of the ring, grabs him a chair, hits Gunner in the back. Now, this is one thing, about these heel turns. You gotta settle down with the chair in the back thing. I understand it's like stabbing them in the back and all that, but this one was better than the Sonata one though. The Sonata one looked better the second time I saw it, but it may have been in the context of the video package that made it look so good. But like, the whole chair in the back thing, just do something different every once in a while. That's the only thing I don't like about some of these heel turns. You always get the chair in the back and stuff. At least with James Storm, he had the whole beer bottle and everything. He could just beer bottle you to death and stuff like that. It was at least a little different than the chair to the back. So basically, and then Brittany, after Shaw beats Gunner to nothing practically, he was beating him with that chair. Brittany jumps into Shaw's arms, and the makeout is going down. So I understand these kayfabe relationships, okay, but don't let that get in the way of your real relationship, darn it. But next, I'm gonna have to get that out of my head at this point. All the rolling around, and we almost saw a live sex celebration. I'm not even joking. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure we almost saw Edge Lita 2 just now, and and it won't even like promoted. It just kind of happened, and I was like, okay, anyway. But next we got EC3. He can feel it calling in the air tonight. That song, obviously. And he basically calls out Spud. Speaking of calling, he calls out Spud, and he's like, I fired you. You're a loser. I honestly didn't write down anything he said. But I know he did call out Spud, basically, trying to belittle Spud even more. You're not gonna come out because you're scared and all this. I did find it interesting though that we did see a little bit of the knockouts in a little promotional commercial here. We kind of saw a commercial for One Night Only, and it was a knockouts showcase or extract. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but the main thing here was we saw some new knockouts we had never seen. Now, the bad part about this is one night onlys are recorded like months in advance. So these knockouts might not even be on the roster, which is unfortunate. And I feel like TNA needs to put as many knockouts as possible because all we kind of see is beautiful people. Gail Kim, don't get me wrong, Gail Kim's fine. Terrence Terrell's fine, but you know, Madison Rain, you know what I mean? We just kind of see that, all the time. So if you got new knockouts, just go ahead and just push them out there a little bit. I mean, because ODB was fighting in this, so we haven't seen ODB in months. So might even be a year at this point. Now that I think about it, we haven't seen ODB in a long time. So it's so that's what makes me think it's kind of old, and it's not really that promising as far as that goes. But next we had MVP says basically he's talking for Lashley here and saying Lashley will destroy. And Kenny King's like, you know what? We all need title belts. So, let's get in this tag team tournament. So they enter this tag team tournament. And their match against who they will face will be a little bit later. Then we have, we were supposed to have Rebel versus Angelina Love here. And yeah, they're not in the tag team tournament, just so you know. I don't know if you guys didn't notice, they might have been going for the gold and all too. So they're not actually not in the tag team tournament, and that's fine. That's completely fine. But we thought we were gonna get, Angelina Love and Rebel, but we didn't because Havoc says no. Nobody's gonna fight but the Knockouts champion. Practically, she just comes out and shuts down Rebel. Says forget this because Angelina Love didn't even get a chance to come out. Havoc just comes down and beats the baloney Marlart chart dart. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but Havoc beats down. She basically beats down Rebel. The Harlot Slayer we got here, and fans still chanting "We want tables" at this point. No, fans, we can't have tables. That's just too much for Havoc. You can't have Havoc put somebody through a table and get a face reaction. Come on, fans, you can't do that, man. The tables are too over in wrestling in general right now, so we can't have doggone Havoc put people through tables and then people cheering her. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, that's about as bad as doing an interview in an undershirt, man. Come on now. But Gail Kim comes out and she basically tries to take on Havoc. Her arm was wrapped, so she's really selling that separated shoulder there. And this just kind of turned into a brawl. It's kind of turned into a brawl. Security came out, and security had some heavy work this week. They had to break up 2 brawls. But is it kind of bad that this brawl here was a little bit more of a brawl than Devon and Bram? Just a little bit. This brawl was a little bit better than Devon and Bram. I think that's kind of bad. Yeah, a little bit. We had a video package and basically said, the time's running out for Bobby Roode. Is it really running out for Bobby Roode? I don't know. Bobby Roode is an older guy, but he's not terribly old either. Dude's like 33, I guess. Not sure how old Roode is, but we had a Bram. I mean, I don't know if really Roode's time is running out though. Bobby Roode, I don't know if Bobby Roode's time is running out. I think he's like actually 37. My fault. He's 37, so he doesn't have a terrible amount of time left in him, but I don't think he has. I don't think he's gonna retire tomorrow either. So, you know what I mean. I don't think he's gonna sit down and retire tomorrow. So. He's the same. Is he the same age as Jeff Hardy? Yeah, I mean he's the same age as Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy's put himself through more self-harm than anything. So if the time's running out for him, it come on. But anyway, we got Bram versus Devon in a hardcore match. The king of hardcore, any king of hardcore legend must have a weapon of choice. Obviously, if you think about it, if you go way back and think about not even way back, just a little bit back, just go back just a little bit, just turn the clock just a little bit, and you think about hardcore I'm just thinking I'm not even thinking ECW at this point, but you got hardcore legends of the past. You got like Mick Foley with anything wrapped in barbed wire. You got you got Abyss. If you think about TNA history at this point, you know you got Abyss with the thumbtacks and the glass and stuff like that. More thumbtacks than glass. Um, and then you got Bram with this turnbuckle hook thing that he uses, and obviously Abyss has Janice too. But Janice is Janice is kind of one of those weapons you can't really use too terribly much. It's a it's a little crazy, but in this match we were getting a lot of busted water bottle spots in this. So interesting. There was a lot of fans getting wet in this one. The fans got a little shower before they got a chance to get out the building. Um, we had a little revenge with the trash can lid. Um, Devon taking it to Bram with the trash can lid. He even did a concerto with the. There was a chair underneath, and then Bram's head, and then there was a trash can lid, and then there was another chair. They were using different type of chairs tonight. It's a little bit different than usual. Um, you know, Basically Bram says, you're nothing. You're nothing, Devon. You're nothing. It just repeatedly says that, and Bram gets a low blow for it, and he runs into the trash can in the corner. Gets thrown into that trash can in the corner that's kind of propped up in the corner a little bit, or kind of squeezed between the turnbuckles and all. So then we got Devon going for the what's up, the what's up with the trash can, and Magnus hits him from behind. That's what I was talking about earlier. Magnus comes through and hits him from behind. This leads to the turnbuckle hook to the head of Devon for the win. Bram just be a hardcore legend, is what we were made to believe here. That was interesting there. It wasn't much to note here. There's been some good hardcore matches, but this was kind of pushed in the card, so it wasn't bad or anything. There wasn't anything great in this match. I guess the concerto was pretty cool. Well, I hadn't seen the concerto in a while, so that was pretty cool. Next, we got Anderson. He's backstage. He's talking to Chris Melendez. He's like, you know what? I need a partner because MVP and Kenny King gonna be in this tag team title series, and I need a partner to team up with. I wonder who would be a good partner. Melendez is like, me. Not really, but Melendez is basically like, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Anderson and Melendez are teaming up. And this match was actually next. So it's Anderson and Chris Melendez versus MVP and Kenny King. So, throughout this tag team series tonight, we were getting a lot of people coming out separately, which was kind of weird. Even the tag team was coming out separately. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy came out separately, which was didn't understand, but that's okay. I kind of liked it. It was different. Liked how the tag teams were coming out separately. As soon as I say the tag teams are coming out separately, guess who decides to come out together? MVP and Kenny King. Just messing up the whole flow of everything. MVP and Kenny King, money, power, respect. Just quit messing up stuff, man. But you guys noticed, MVP obviously had that surgery, and he obviously on his knee and everything, and had the torn meniscus and everything. But does he walk a little gingerly on that knee a little bit? Kind of felt like tonight. I kind of noticed that, and I don't know if maybe he's just kind of still selling it, or maybe he's still a little bit not terribly hurt, but still, kind of getting the feeling back in that knee the way he wants it to be. Another weird question is, why does MVP need a shirt? He has the whole full body swimsuit or whatever he wears, so why does he need the shirt? I don't understand. The shirt doesn't do him any good, but probably make him hot. That's about it. Practically. But basically this match started out with Anderson getting beat down. And basically what happened, we got a little double clothesline. And Melendez gets the hot tag and he takes out everyone. Basically Melendez taking out everyone. He hits Kenny King with this nice, fisherman suplex into a bridge, which looked really good, I thought. Then Melendez, pulled a Monty Brown on MVP. I don't know what Monty Brown called his finishing move. Good gravy. Freaking, he used to throw the dude off the ring and then just basically Ray Lewis them into like the next life, practically. Like, I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head, but I know he did it in WWE when he was there, and he did it in TNA when he was there. So I can't remember the move off the top of my head, but I mean, if you guys go back and watch Chris Melendez do that move, you know what I'm talking. If you know Monty Brown, like you know what I'm talking about. But he hits Kenny King. I mean, he hits MVP with the Monty Brown, and then Kenny King rolls up Chris Melendez for the win. Another roll up that makes a lot of sense. Just as Melendez thinks he got the advantage, Kenny King pulls the complete heel move or the complete underdog move. At this point, it was a heel move. He pulls the complete heel move of rolling up Chris Melendez. So next we got EY. He's trying to encourage this man Spud, because this man Spud just ain't really, he just ain't feeling good no more. Cause he like, man, I got fired. I ain't got no job. Man, I shouldn't even be here. I almost put out the Friday line just now. I really did. I was really close to doing that. But EY is like, you know what, Spud, you got this, bro. He's trying to encourage Spud, but Spud just, he ain't having it. So next we had the Wolves, and they were wanting the best challenges out there. They're like, you know what? We want the best challengers out there. That's why we're having this tag team series. We want new teams. We want old teams. We want no teams. We don't care. We want whatever. Whatever comes after us, we gonna beat it. We beat the two best tag teams ever in the greatest of the histories and stuff. So we good. We good practically. So basically, they're saying they want the best teams to come in and beat them. Well, you know what we hear after Davey Richards? They go their separate ways. Like I'm gonna head over here, and Davey Richards is like, I'm gonna go grab some water or something. I don't even know what he said. I can't remember what he said exactly, but he was like, they went their separate ways a little bit, and we hear the whistle by James Storm. We hear that little whistle that James Storm does now. And he's talking to Davey Richards, and he's like, you know what? We're gonna tell you about the beauty of the revolution. You ain't seen the light yet. We're gonna tell you about the beauty of the revolution. So he gets Manic to explain it. And one thing to take of note here is if you heard Davey Richards, he said, I already heard about Abyss. I don't know if they were trying to get that out already or not. He was like, I already heard about Abyss, and I'm pretty sure somebody tweeted about it anyway. Manic was tweeting about the revolution tonight. He was tweeting about something about he's looking to recruit. We might even recruit a knockout, but maybe that's something like that. You know what I mean? Manic's the man, but Manic was tweeting about it, and I heard about the Abyss James Storm pairing already, so I told you guys about that last week. So basically, David Richards was like, I heard about Abyss already. I mean, I don't need to hear about it again or whatever. And that was interesting. They were kind of pushing that a little bit, trying to say, Abyss is in the Revolution now. But my question is, how did he get in the Revolution? What happened? Did he lose? Is it because did they lose that match at Bound for Glory? Maybe, I can't remember. They might have lost that match at Bound for Glory. I can't remember off the top of my head about Bound for Glory right now, but I'm pretty sure Abyss lost that match at Bound for Glory with Tommy Dreamer, and maybe they took him in then. That would make sense a little bit, kind of. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna do with Abyss. Abyss has kind of been thrown around as a face and a heel over the past little bit. So are they gonna get him to join the Revolution, and then he's gonna be a heel full time a little bit here? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Next we got Tyrus and EC3 versus EY and Rockstar Spud. Maybe we don't know yet. Okay, we don't know yet. Basically EC3, putting down Spud again. He's like, EY, why are you getting your hopes up, bro? Spud ain't coming out here, bro. Like, just get out. Just don't even worry about Spud. Just come down here and take this beating. practically, in my terms, that's what EC3 said. Come down here and take this beating. So basically, he calls the whole building losers, 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 losers. Basically, he let them know they were losers. I mean, if you don't know EC3 by now, he says a lot of things. When he says something, he's gonna say it a bunch of times to make sure you get it. So just make sure you get it when he says it, because he's gonna say it a couple more times after that. If you ever read his shirt, you kind of, that's EC3's character in a nutshell right there. or you can probably read it a little better on Tyrus, maybe. But basically, calling the whole building losers at this point. And Rockstar Spud, I actually called a tweet by Rockstar Spud. I just happened to be on Twitter at the beginning of this match. Called a tweet by Rockstar Spud. Rockstar Spud says, what am I doing? I'm a lion. And it was great, dude. And Rockstar Spud obviously comes out after that. It wasn't like immediately after the tweet, but it was a little bit after that. So good timing by Rockstar Spud. And Spud gets in the ring with EC3 first. Well, EC3 just kind of laughs at Spud, and he tags in Tyrus. And Spud's like, nah, bro, I ain't getting in this ring with this big old Tyrus. He looking at Tyrus like, practically, like, he was like, nah, bro, I'm about to go tag in EY real quick. And, I'll talk to you later, bro. All right, dap it up. See, I ain't doing that. So he goes and he tries to tag in EY. EY's like, no, you gonna fight that big Tyrus. So, basically, Spud is trying to take out the legs of Tyrus. He's trying to hit him with whatever he can. Tyrus hits him with this sick-looking cutter. I thought it looked pretty good. I think he might have had him. It was kind of like a royal flush. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Not a royal flush, but a TKO is similar to that. It wasn't the exact same thing, but it was similar to that. EC3 was handing out signals in this match. It kind of makes me think maybe they got a little future as a tag team. I'm not sure yet, depending on what they're gonna do with Tyrus. We get some chants here, and obviously with EC3, you're gonna get the "You Can't Wrestle" chants. You can't wrestle chants. EC3 doesn't say anything at this point because he's obviously in the match. But you get "You Can't Wrestle." One person in the crowd, yes, he can. It was the greatest thing I ever heard. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it was great. So we got one EC3 fan out there in Bethlehem. Spud slaps EC3 so hard he knocks himself down, and I think Spud actually sold the slap better than EC3 did. It was great. EY at this point comes in with a hot tag. And Spud actually does, after EY comes in with a hot tag, kind of does the whole hot tag type of thing, and Tyrus and EC3 outside of the ring. EY hits him with a suicide dive. Nice little suicide dive. I think this one looks better than the one he did maybe last week, I think it was. Yeah, I really like this one, though. This one looks really good to me. And then Spud hits a freaking front flip on Tyrus and EC3, which looked really good. Like, I was impressed by Spud hitting this nice little, front flip he hit. Then we got a choke slam by Tyrus, and EC3 wins. EC3 actually does the pinning of Spud here. Just even more the embarrassment of Spud, right? It makes a lot of sense. That's just how it kind of is. Even more, it kind of just embarrasses Spud even more. Well, it was just kind of weird, it was just weird to me. Excuse me. It was just weird to me because Tyrus just can't get a good grip on his opponent when he does his choke slam, because it didn't look like he had a great grip on Spud here. So, and Spud doesn't have the biggest neck in the world, so I don't know what's up with Tyrus and that choke slam, but he can't really get a good grip, it looks like. But after this match, we got the contract signing for next week's big match of the week, which is gonna be Bobby Roode versus Lashley. Maybe. We don't know this yet, right? We know Roode's number one contender, and we know Lashley's the champion. Well, MVP says, I'm kind of upset, after everybody gets in the ring, obviously. And, MVP didn't just pop up just out of nowhere, but, MVP's basically like, you didn't even give me my proper introduction, but that's fine. You're not the man you used to be, Kurt Angle. I mean, you got Kurt Angle, Roode, Lashley, and obviously, you got the rest of Money, Power, and Respect there. And I thought Roode kind of took a jab here at Lashley, maybe even in legit fashion here. He was like, I don't care about anything but getting inside this six-sided ring. Besides family, getting inside this six-sided ring and putting it all on the line. And then Lashley says, I mean, not Lashley, but Roode is like, what's your focus? Is your focus on pro wrestling or MMA? Speaking of MMA, I think Lashley's gonna be on the MMA card this Friday. So if you guys get a chance to watch that, I think it's Friday at 9 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it's 9 o'clock. Yeah, because it's Friday at 9 o'clock on Spike TV. If you get a chance to watch that, go on there and hit that up. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be watching SmackDown if you're a wrestling fan. If you watch SmackDown, but if you're not watching anything, or at least record it, kind of watch it later on. That's probably what I'm going to do. But is your focus pro wrestling or is it MMA? Like, come on, Bobby. You're world champion, but that don't mean that's what your main focus is. So Rude basically says, you know what? I'm gonna prove that Lashley is a man. And MVP takes offense to this. He's like, Lashley isn't a man though. He's a destroyer. He's a machine. Actually, he said he's a machine. So Bobby Roode's gonna plan is to prove that he's a man. MVP says basically he's not a man. He's a machine here. But basically what happens here is MVP is like, let's go. Let's go. We're done with this. We're not gonna sign this contract. MVP and Kenny can walk out. But then Lashley comes back and he signs the contract. So obviously this is what Lashley wanted from the beginning, right? This is what Lashley wanted. Lashley's a fighting champion, so he wants to defend his title. It makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad that we're getting this match again. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have it at Bound for Glory, but we couldn't, and that's okay. Man, I got a video that I'm planning to do on Bound for Glory. I like Bound for Glory somewhat, but I want to do a video on what I didn't like about Bound for Glory straight up. So you guys don't think I'm just like, I was so in love with Bound for Glory. I really wasn't. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I liked how it was different. I didn't get to see those WCW New Japan things back in the day. So I was old enough to watch them, but I wasn't really. I was a wrestling fan then, but I'm pretty sure I was more into WWE than I was into anything else when I was younger. So, I'll make a video about that sometime soon, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just gonna play my track one more time, just for you guys, just because I got you guys something new. I just feel so special. But guys, go ahead and share this video if you want to, because that'd be great. If you can just share the video, put it on, my Twitter account at beastmode123100 is going to tweet this out when it uploads. So that'll be like probably 10-15 minutes tops. When it uploads, it'll tweet out that I just posted a video. So if you just retweet that, that would be great. If you can't, that's fine. That's completely fine. I don't mind. Just if you want to share it, go on and share it. If you like the video, go on and share it. If you guys are actually watching this on Google Plus, go on and head over to my YouTube channel, and you'll get a whole bunch more content like this on my YouTube channel. So you guys can go over and watch, whatever you want to. Go watch whatever you want to. Go and hit the subscribe button if you want to, guys. Just keep yourself on top of what's going on the channel and all. But guys, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Share it, subscribe it, love it, live it. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later though. Papa peace.
Keeping that busy, steady on the prison, hustling real hard. Double back for the cash, make them haters real mad, hate because they ain't know how to get bread. So I close my eyes, work and stay on. It's a must. I go from dusk till dawn, 24/7, 365. Waited too long, now it's my shine. I'm studying when I'm running in the limelight. Steady running, going about, it's around time. So I close my eyes. Stay on, it's a must. I have to stay fresh on tracks. Racks and bitches, never go back. That's why I have to stay fresh on tracks. I'm on the hustle, I'm on the grind. Everything I see, I'm making mine. I'm on the hustle, I'm on the grind. Everything I see,
guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really do. I'll talk to you guys later. If you want to, like I said, go. You can follow me on Twitter. I put it in the description. Um, Tonight was basically the main thing of the show was the tag team tournament, and obviously was the contract signing. To see what Lashley was gonna do. Was he gonna break away from him from NPR or not? So guys, if you want to see, hit that subscribe button on my channel. If you're on my channel, if you're not on my channel, you can go visit my channel, DJ Bill. I'll probably put that in the description too, but you'll probably already be there if you can see a description. Guys, I'll talk to you guys later. You can follow me on Twitter at beastmode13100. You can share the video, whatever you want to, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave me a like. Just let me know you enjoyed. So then I just so then I know. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys.